the way Jason played? Free time, but he had 3 big plays in that spot.
Yeah, it was good. He's had a good camp. We were going to play him, roughly 10 to 12 plays, but he had some productive plays early on, so we got him out, gave some other guys some opportunity, but, pretty productive day for a short amount of time.
Did he kind of show you last year what he's all about when he finally did it?
Yeah, no, he's athletic, he's explosive. He was a good addition to our team last year. He was, can play a bunch of special teams, but I think he's done a good job here in camp. Made the most of his opportunity in a short amount of plays. Keep grinding along with him, but he's done a nice job for us.
What can you tell about
Yeah, played him the first half. That was the plan. I thought they did a pretty good job without looking at the tape. Competitive, had some pass breakups. They went at him a few times, and good learning experience, I think, for them to get as many reps as they did, in their first game as an NFL player. So we'll take a look at the tape, Paul, and correct the things we need to correct. But overall, just from standing on the sideline, I thought they did a pretty good job.
I know you can look at the tape.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say let's look at the tape on the interior and the outside. I mean, there's things that happen quick that look at the whole offensive line, the defensive line, the line of scrimmage stuff. Do a deeper dive into that, on the way home on the airplane.
But nothing obvious to you in the first game in this environment.
Yeah, no, snap procedure was good with him. But again, before I tell you, I don't think that'd be unfair to him. Yeah, I thought he did a nice job. He operated well. He had a play. Obviously, we threw the interception there at the end, but it was 4th and 15, and he had a play like that in camp early on where it was 4th and 15, and he threw a check down for 5 yards. And, obviously, he just threw it up and tried to give him a chance. They made a play on it. But, I thought he operated well, made some good decisions, used his legs. He was under some pressure sometimes there, took care of the ball on some of those sacks. So definitely a performance to work off of.
You were him and Sweeney, same high school?
Yeah.
What happens from here?
Yeah, it was, I'd like to get a couple more of those. But it was, I think, probably pretty cool for those two guys. I think he was, a freshman when Sweeney was a senior. So, sudden change, got there on the 13-yard line, and he made a nice throw. Sweeney made a nice catch. Got to be able to do that more when we get the ball down there.
Hey, when you have a rookie quarterback like that, put down in this kind of atmosphere, moving guys all around.
Sure.
What are you looking for? What are you trying to evaluate from him?
Yeah, how he operates. Really, there's so many things for a quarterback before the play even starts. The communication process from Mike to him to the huddle, then if there's a shift, if there's a movement, making sure guys are set, then the cadence, all the stuff pre-snap for a young quarterback before the play even gets going. Now look, it's basic stuff you're seeing in the preseason. There's no game planning. There's not a lot of coverages, but he went where he was supposed to go with the ball most of the time, and he did a good job for his first time.
Tell Colin and Kalil how severe he is.
I don't. I haven't even talked to the trainers yet, other than just on the field. They told me they were out. Colin, I think, was a knee, and I got to see what it was for Flott. Next stomach, I think something got hit in the stomach, but I don't know any, to the extent of it. He got dinged up. That was the leg I was telling you about in practice. I think I told you guys that one practice. Him and someone had an ankle. Yeah. No, I thought it was good for him. He's was a practice squad player for a while there, and came on with us late. So I thought it was good to get him some reps early on with Tyrod.
Could you tell what the numbers are?
Well, the first thing is we had 10 guys on the field, so we had to burn a timeout. So, that's not good. That falls on me. And then I just saw him break off to the sideline, and it was 95 yards, right? Yeah. Give them credit. It was a heck of a play. Take a look at it on tape, but you usually give up those long punt returns. It's a momentum changer. Yeah.
What did you like from
Yeah, I think I'd have to go back, Art, and take a look at it. Yeah, no, I think I think Dre is Dre and Brian Cox do a great job with the defensive line. And you see, continual improvement from, whether it be Dexter or Leo or, some of the young guys. And, this is one of them. I think, he's taken to the coaching. He's doing a good job listening to the older players. I think he's made some strides from the beginning of camp to where he is now. We'll see how it translated on the field here.
Is that deep film?
Yeah, he's had some couple last year. He had a couple in the scrimmage and camp, and we need more of those.
Hey, where did your team get out this week?
I think it's just next step of next part of the process, Kim. The practices and now the game, and there's a lot of guys, particularly young guys that played in competitive spots, to now to sit back and evaluate some of the things that we can fix and help those guys with, both as players and as coaches. This is the first game we coached in a while, and there's plenty of things we can all do better, and that's, hopefully next week you improve on the things that weren't as good and make some strides for the next few days until we play, was it Carolina? Yeah, Carolina.
What do you think of Jalen's first game?
Same thing as the other guys. Yeah, we'll take a look at it. All the guys gave good effort. We got to look at the execution part of it, but that's what these games are for.
Anything else?
Dave, your big guys, Daniel, were out earlier
Yeah.
than the rest.
Yeah.
Something like that. Can you just, what did they get out of that?
Yeah, they wanted to get a good workout in. Weren't going to get any playing time tonight, so Daniel organized a workout with the guys that weren't going to play.
What do you think you're doing at Bosco right now?
All right, it felt like it all over again. Like when I was a freshman, he was a senior. It was surreal. It was fun. Still, I kind of just thought of him because we were kind of talking about the Bosco connection, that whole deal last week, and for it to just happen like that was cool. We're in the end zone, just like lock eyes with each other, just enjoying that moment. It was a lot of fun.
What was this experience like for you tonight? And I know you probably had a lot of emotions coming out here, but what were your goals as far as what you needed to accomplish?
Just to have fun, honestly. Obviously, there's a lot of external things like pressure, any kind of first NFL game, even though it's not official, it's a preseason game, right? So not just thinking too much, really just playing the game of football. I've been playing since I was 5, 6 years old. Just going out, enjoying it, just help lead the team, move the ball. I really wasn't thinking too much into it, really just enjoy it one play at a time and go from there.
How do you think it turned out?
I think it turned out well at times. There was a lot of things to clean up. A couple throws that I missed that are going to haunt me tonight. I'm going to be sitting up thinking about. But, I think it's just a step in the right direction. And I'm going to look forward to building on it tomorrow when we watch the film.
There were obviously a ton of teammates on the sideline. Were any of them giving you feedback as you came back after a drive?
Everybody was, yeah. Especially Daniel and Tyrod, right? Just going back and, picking their brains to what they saw, what you feel here, what can I do better, just small things in that detail as far as looking over the iPads, they helped me a lot throughout the game.
Sweeney let you keep the ball?
Yeah, I have it in my locker actually. One of the equipment guys threw it in. I haven't really told. I don't know if he knows I have it, but I assume we'll have that conversation coming up very soon.
Did you have family here?
I did, yeah. Yeah, mom, dad, brother, and a couple friends. Yeah.
How close was Sweeney and you at Don Bosco?
We were close. Like I said, there was definitely a gap. I was a freshman. He was a senior. As my freshman year, at Bosco, they have senior, they have JV ball, sophomore ball, and freshman ball. So it's 4 levels. So as a freshman, I was kind of playing freshman, sophomore, and JV, and I would dress for the varsity games. So I was practicing with the varsity as well. So that's kind of how we always connected through that field. But we weren't super, super close, but we always stayed in contact, when he graduated and so forth.
What's your goal for this training camp? When it's over, what would you like? What would you feel like you accomplished your goal? Would it be making a practice squad? Would it be? How do you look into that part of it?
Honestly, obviously I don't know what the future holds for that, but for me it was really just showing improvement day by day and week by week, and obviously game by game. It's the first preseason game, so when I look at the film tomorrow, the next preseason game, I want to be able to take that leap and really just see what I did wrong or what little things I can clean up. Ball placement on some things, even though it might have been completions, it could have been better, could have got a couple more yards, and really just at the end of training camp show the growth that I've made from the time that I walked in the door.
How different of a quarterback are you today than you were the one that walked in as an undrafted guy back in rookie minicamp?
Very. I mean, all mental, really between the ears. Learning from Coach Shea Tierney about defenses and the whole offense, and Coach Cav they explained it like when a little kid learns to swim again, right? They just throw them in the pool, and then all of a sudden they float and they'll figure it out. That's kind of how it was when I first got in. So it was a lot of information coming all at one time, and really just try to segment it and really just try to put it together. And being able to have it in a game atmosphere, it was slower and it calmed down, and I'm looking forward to what's to come.
Was there anything specific that either Dan or Tyrod said to you that resonated? Like, did they tell you take a deep breath? Did they say anything that really helped in the game?
Yeah, really just to enjoy it. I mean, DJ told me he was nervous his first time going out for his first preseason game. Obviously, Tyrod's had a million of them, so he's kind of helped me with like certain situations, like I'd be wary in case the headset cuts off, right? Because I've never obviously had a headset before, not things that I've really thought about. So little things like that that they've helped me with, like coming into the game and really just to take a deep breath and just enjoy it. And that's what I try to do.
Daves had said that earlier in the spring you had or at least in training camp, you had a play that was a 4th and long and you took the check down and you kind of caught some heat from coaches about doing that. Was that in your mind tonight when you had that 4th and 15?
Oh, for sure. For sure. I mean, I was like, how's not? If I make a mistake, especially a big mistake like that, like I did in training camp, like I don't want to make that mistake again. Just give my teammate a chance, try to make a play on 4th down, not throw him below the sticks. And obviously we didn't come away with it there, but I was just trying to give him a chance to try to just take that coaching and evolve from it.
All right, here with Giant center John Michael Schmitz, JMS. First preseason action of your NFL career. How does it feel to be out there?
Yeah, it felt great to be out there with my team. Got a lot to get better at and just taking it one day at a time. Got to execute a lot better on offense, especially the offensive line, and just a little fundamentals and details that we got to work on every day. Keep getting better at it.
After a week of practice with the Lions, kind of familiarity going against this group, what was so different about this game tonight?
Yeah, you're going against the Lions. The 2 practices you're there. I wouldn't say anything too different. I mean, it's just at the end of the day, you're playing a football game. You're going out there, having fun out there, and like I said before, we got to do a better job executing, especially on the offensive line, maintaining our blocks, having better technique, and just our pad level. So,
What did you get out of this week? Not just tonight, but Tuesday, Wednesday too.
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
What did you get out of this whole week here? Not just tonight, but Tuesday, Wednesday, the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was a kind of first experience with the joint practices and how those work out. And at the end of the day, we're just competing to get better each and every day. And if it's against each other, if it's against another team, you're looking to get better and just take the next step forward. So,
what did you like about what you did in your half of play?
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
What did you like about what you did in your first half?
Pretty hard on myself. I would just say just did a good job communicating out there. I know I can do better, and just being the leader up front and making sure everyone's on the same page. And, that's all I'd say.
John, Dave says this was just another step in the process. So how much quicker was the tempo? How much more intense was it? And did it meet your expectations?
Yeah, obviously, when you first get out there, you got the first couple snaps. You just take it all in, and then things just start clicking. At the end of the day, it's just take one play at a time, take one quarter at a time, take one game at a time, and just compete out there, and just compete. That's what we want to do out there. So.
Were you happy that there was no quarterback center issues at all? Let me see it look like, right?
That's the most important thing out there with the quarterback center exchange. So for that part, yeah, that was good.
We'll take 3 more. Do you feel like you're in a competition for the center job? Has it felt like a competition? You've probably got the majority of the snaps, but every once in a while Ben moves in there and taking them with the ones too. Do you feel like you're still in the competition there?
It's a competition every day. You just can't be, what am I looking for? You just can't be complacent. Sorry, thank you. You just can't be complacent with what you are, with where you're at. And you just got to keep getting better each and every day and compete with one another, help each other out. As especially on the O-line. Like, you're 5 is playing as one. We want the 5 best guys out there to show up every Sunday and give us the best chance to win.
So how many people did you have here today?
It's big crew. I would just say family, friends, probably 15 total. So.
How was the first preseason game for you?
It was good. It felt great. It felt real good.
Was it everything you expected it would be?
Yeah. I didn't know the crowd was gonna be that big, but it was a big crowd.
Did it feel like a hostile environment, road game kind of situation?
A little bit. Like it felt like it was a packed house for real. It got loud in there a few times, so it felt like it.
I mean, it's a Big Ten. This is Big Ten territory. You're used to that, right?
Nah, for sure, always.
So when you look at this as experience that is just really important, like the 2 days of practice against them in this game, it's kind of like something on your resume that you can kind of build off of.
Yeah.
You only have one first game, right?
Yeah, it kind of made me feel like, I don't know, kind of made me feel good. Like, for me, just to go into the game not so nervous, or it just made me feel better going into the game.
When you had that game experience, I mean, was there something you learned about yourself? Was there a little bit of a buildup of like, okay, this is the first NFL action? Did it surprise you?
I actually thought I would have had a little bit more build-up, or more nervous, but I felt real good. I felt like I belonged here. And I do belong here, but it just felt, I don't know, it felt like I did it already before.
That's good to have that kind of confidence, though. That's something you want out of a guy on a team like this, right?
Of course, I got to.
Where do you get that from? Is that something that's instilled in you? Is that something that's innate and natural? Does somebody inspire that to you?
I feel like it's installed to me, but sometimes I do get a little nervous. But I don't feel like I never really felt that nervous going into this game. Or even when I was out there, everything just felt normal.
Is that something you'd credit to the preparation or the comfort level with this team and this coaching staff?
Yeah, for sure. It always made me feel, it's always a family business. So it always made me feel like family, and the practices leading up to the joint practices. So it felt real good going into the game.
What do you think that you want to take from today and build off of going into preseason games 2 and 3?
Just keep getting better. Just to keep getting better and keep striving.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, it's funny. It's a lot of connections up on the hill in Ramsey. It's nice to get one out here in Detroit.
Seeing Tommy DeVito getting his first NFL touchdown and being on that receiving end of it, what does that mean as your former high school teammate?
It's a pretty incredible thing. I don't know that that's happened many times in the history of the NFL, so it's pretty cool. And he played a great game today, showed his toughness, showed his Bosco guy, and that was a great moment.
Yeah, you've talked about what a gunslinger he was in high school, what a gunslinger he still is. What are the odds that you guys end up in the same locker room and then this? What do you make of his performance overall tonight?
I think it was great. I mean, you could probably ask anyone in the locker room, they'll say that. He showed toughness, he showed pocket presence. He kept getting, got a couple hits, kept getting back up and was slinging the ball around. And, I think it showed. He played pretty well.
Enough about your teammate, though. What did you feel like getting out there on the field tonight, getting kind of the rust off a little bit and playing some preseason football?
Yeah, definitely a little rusty, but it was good. Obviously we like to come out with a win. A couple things were good, a couple things bad. We'll get them on the tape, clean them up, and, get back to work.
What do you remember about Tommy from Don Bosco? I know you were 3 years ahead of him, but what are your recollections of him?
I think he said 3 years ahead, so, we had one season together. I remember he was, kind of young, confident, not in a bad way, in a good way. He's a quarterback, and that's, I think, a big part of playing the position, really playing sports, his confidence. And he came in, he had that, threw the ball really well, and that's really the main thing. And, he was probably, 14, 15 at that point, showing that, gumption and ability to come up, play with the older guys as a 14-year-old kid is always something good, and obviously turned that into a state championship for himself. And so yeah, I'd say that.
Did he say anything to you before the touchdown, like I'm coming to you or anything like that?
No, not specifically. It was a great play call. The defense set us up great with the interception, and great play call. And no words were said. I think we probably saw the same thing, and he got a return. Great ball.
Well, Kalil, you started the season last season here in Detroit. Then you ended up in New York. Can you kind of just maybe take us through this last year for you and what this journey has kind of been like?
It's kind of surreal, just seeing how it all played out. But it was it's kind of bittersweet just being back home, and having my first game, both of my first NFL seasons right here in Detroit at home. It's kind of bittersweet. But it's wonderful at the same time.
And to play pretty well at, I guess, home, how does that feel for you?
I feel like I could always do better, but I appreciate that. But it's like I said, it's a dream come true. It's bittersweet. And I'm just happy to be able to come out here, and play with my teammates.
I know you're looking to make the 53-man roster this season. How important is these, preseason reps for you, and what do you feel like you showed today?
It's very important to make the 53. And I feel that I put my best foot forward today. I did all that I could, to help us, come out with the win. But that as the score tells, that didn't happen. But I still went out there, I had fun, and put my best foot forward. Did all that I could.
How many people from Muskegon did you have come out for the game tonight?
I'm not sure. I did see one of my good friends, Bankhead, on the jumbotron at one point, but I'm not exactly sure. But I'm pretty sure I had a couple people come out.
Can you explain to me, I know at Muskegon you always talked about the heart over height mentality. How much does that mentality apply to you, and how do you kind of have that passion for that mentality?
Yeah, I mean, I step out there, every day, with the best of the best, to get out there today, against some other guys, and really realize, how small I am compared to everybody else. But like I said, it's heart over height, and it's all about that. Not looking at the size, but just going out there and believing in yourself and trusting in your ability, and having that heart, to go out there and compete with the best of the best. Although I'm undersized.
You mentioned trusting in your ability. It's a crowded wide receiver room for this Giants team. What did you put on tape out there today that says this separates me from the rest?
Maybe just my quickness, my speed and quickness. That's something that I'm very blessed with. And I try to emulate, my speed and my quickness into my game, to put me at, the highest, to be able to reach my full potential, and like I said, compete with the best of the best.